Record-ology.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Okay, today we're back at the Sharp JC-170 GY. And I spent a couple of days listening to this, testing it in further detail, and I wanted to give you my thoughts. Also, I need to attempt an adjustment, not a repair, so there is hope for me. But basically, here are my thoughts. Sound quality is good. At first, I thought I detected a little bit wow and flutter. It seemed to kind of even out, so that was probably, the belt having sat for a while is maybe stretched a bit more into its normal shape. Also, I did notice that the FM stereo LED does not work. There's no noise on the volume, and that's good. I did, however, do something really stupid. So I did notice that the pitch was a bit off. It's a little bit slow, and I have verified that. So I thought when I was testing, I was like, well, let me hook this up to my variable power supply. And I connected it, and I forgot to change the voltage on the power supply from 12 volts down to 3. So I don't know if it was if this power supply was broken before that, or if I did it. But if you are listening on batteries and then you plug in the power supply, either erroneously at 12 volts or even down at the correct 3 volt, it just stops. And if you take the batteries out, it does the same thing. It's like totally non-responsive. So a couple of issues, but you'd have issues too if you were 30 plus years old. So, or actually right about 30 years old. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I change the speed on this? The motor's going to be right down here. In fact, you can even see it, the corner of the motor right there. But there's no screw to make any adjustment that I can see, except for this little guy right here, but that's like a rivet. That's not even like a screw. I initially thought that was the adjustment. But looking elsewhere, there's nothing, no place to make an adjustment that I could find. And I spent a while staring at this thing, like a monkey doing a math problem. So I'm hoping there's a variable resistor of some sort under the hood that we can find. So I thought, you know what? Let's endeavor together into this and see. I hope it's something we can fix relatively easy, because this thing is still, wow, these are tight. It's a great little unit, and we talked about all the nostalgia and stuff, and I would love to be able to continue. It's always interesting to see if there's rust on the screws. Oops, helps if I show you. This looks pretty clean. I hate it when something looks like it's in good shape and then the screws are all rusted and you're like, this has had water damage. But anyway, I really want to use this as a daily driver, so to speak, in terms of a cassette player to really use. It's not just like, something to, put on a shelf. I bought this to use it. So, and if the pitch is off, I'm way too OCD to be able to be okay with that. I have to have the pitch be correct, or at least pretty close. And it was slow. That's something you can notice pretty quick and easy when you listen to movie audio like I do, is pitch issues. Actually, I didn't really notice it with music, but when I was listening to the spoken word of the movie, so we got 2 different lengths of screws here. I did notice it, so, okay. I actually try to avoid opening things up unless I absolutely have to. But when we do, they make for interesting videos. Mitsuma, Japan. So there is the motor. And under there you can see the belt, which looks to be in pretty good condition. It's a pretty simple device. Having it be a one-speed or a one-direction motor does help in the sense that there's less that can go wrong. I mean, this is a simple device, but it looks like it goes up to this pulley right there, and that's about it. I didn't point this out in the other video, but this is the only active spindle right there. This one is just a post. That's a complete dummy. It doesn't even rotate. Man, this looks clean. It just looks like it's in great shape. So I'm assuming that little screw adjustment is the speed. So I think I should be able to adjust this in real time. Although not advisable to have a circuit board exposed with power. I think I can probably put the batteries in there and adjust that in real time. So let's do that. So let me set up for that shot. I need to connect a couple of things and we'll go from there. Okay, so it's plugged into the speakers. Do I have a tape in there? That would probably help. Again, it's my Far Country tape. Let's go ahead and just put this in. Hit play. Okay, here we go.
Oh, not too bad. You lose a few heads? Go. You started with 4 men. 2 of them tried to turn back. I see. Hold them right there. That's good.
Okay. That is not the adjustment. Nothing changed when I did that, so that's literally just a screw. So, yeah. Rats. I was hoping it would be that easy. So where, oh where is the potentiometer? This is interesting up here. You can see through there something, but there's no adjustment. I mean, it's just a hole. Where, oh where, oh where? Okay, I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper. Okay, let's get the batteries out. Yeah, and this screw up here is just, that's the motor. That's like attaching the motor housing. And the other one is missing because it's part of the case. So, looks like the next thing for us to do is to take off these 2 screws. See what happens. Oops. It's interesting, there's like this glue material. I wonder if that was supposed to be like that or not. I don't know. Am I missing one? Or 2 or 10? Oh. Yes, I am missing one. Blends in really well. So what are you guys doing today? Having fun? Exciting? I don't want to break anything, obviously. It's definitely stuck tight. You can see some of the caps in there. I just don't think an adjustment's going to be under the board like that. You know what I mean? I feel like it would be at this level and not much deeper, and I don't want to break anything. That's stuck tight. There was a little alignment pin here that you can push back, but man, I don't know. This is a tricky one. Dang. Okay, I think I found it. I think. It's kind of hard to see, but right in there is a flathead screw adjustment, which is actually what I was expecting because I thought it was odd that this was Phillips. Usually potentiometer adjustments are flat. You can't see in there. Let's see if I pull it out a little bit. It's like orange. And it would make sense too because you can see wires leading from the motor over to this area. So let's cross our fingers here and try it again. Never know. Wouldn't it be nice if they just put a little screw on the outside of the case? I know some equipment does do that, but okay. Let's put our tape back in. And I need to grab a flathead. Okay, let's get that playing.
$200. Well, Tom, he's 100 for you, and 100 for you, Joe. Here are your guns.
Too big. I need a smaller one.
All right, now you've been waiting for 5 minutes. Go ahead and
Yes, that's it. Hear that?
I live to see you hang.
Cool. Now I just need to set it by ear and I'll be ready to go. I think that's close. Wait. Too high.
You're looking good. You look good too. I see you still wearing the bell there. Oh, you wouldn't want me to lose that, would you? No, you ain't not. Don't suppose there'd be any sense in asking you what happened? No, no. That's what I figured. Hey, Captain mentioned it. I want
Cool.
you to meet my partner. He said he'd be here on time.
Yes. So satisfying having something go the right way. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and call that a success. I'm going to fiddle with it a little bit more, but there you go. That's the inner workings, somewhat. We didn't get too deep, but the inner workings of the Sharp. And I'm super glad that I can fix that speed issue. I wasn't sure if it was batteries or what, but that's definitely not an easy to find pot, but it's accessible. So there you go. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Happy record hunting. We will see you tomorrow.